Hello and welcome back to my channel. Honestly, I have not really filmed too much because I'm not really doing a whole lot, and honestly my mind went, I'm boring, why would anyone watch me? Then someone messaged me and was like, hey, just wondering like when your YouTube's gonna come back. I literally haven't uploaded just last week, so 1 week, or maybe 2 when you're watching this, I'm not really sure. And my mind was like, wow, like people actually enjoy watching me. And well, the whole point of me documenting my life and YouTubing was long form content and just showing you the basic shit. Like, I think sometimes we think everyone has like these really big exciting things because you might follow influencers and they might be doing really cool things like once a month, but for the most part it's the same boring shit that you do at home. So here I am posting the non-exciting things, and I was gonna vlog all day, but sometimes I just actually just want to be in the moment. But just to kind of backtrack a little bit about my day so far, I went to the gym with one of my clients who's also become a friend of mine, which is really nice. She wanted to do a little bit of a birthday gym session this morning, and today's Saturday, so I start work at 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday. Sometimes I start earlier. Today was 7:30, which means I need to be leaving the gym at 7 and then getting ready and prepping my clients. You can't just show up for work and be like, oh yeah, done. Like, you have to set up for your clients and like set the intention. I had to get changed. But what I wanted to show you was like the reality of going from gym to work. Honestly, my dogs go crazy every single time. The secret code of that is being organized. There is no, it's easier for her. It's just my organization. So this is my bag, which I got this bag in Bali. It's so nice in Canggu. It literally fits everything. Actually, it's my beach bag. But I obviously had my gym clothes, which I was wearing. And then I packed my makeup bag. And then I have my makeup bag. I just have my pre-workout food here. So let me just put that in the bin. I have my makeup bag because in my job and in my personal opinion, I think it's nice to look presentable. I don't really do my hair. I just like to leave my hair a bit more natural and a bit more wavy. Always obviously nice, but I always put a little bit of makeup on. There's always 3 things that I will do on my face. I don't know if that's like Ali Lucas coming back, where you had to do 3 things. You had to have 3 points of makeup done for the day. So I just have some blush. I had lip liner on, and I had mascara. Oh, and I did bronzer actually too, which is nice. So nothing crazy. I had my brushed my hair, and I just have my makeup bag. It's just packed in there. So obviously if I wanted to, I could have my foundation, all that kind of stuff. So I had that. And then I have my gym clothes, obviously, because I got changed at work. And then I just have my bag, which is this. This has all my food in it. The brand is Kubya, K-U-B-Y-A. My mum got it online, but you can actually get this on Amazon. It's a really nice little bag. To be honest, I think it would be better if it was a bit bigger. I bought Matt one because he was using a Coles bag as his, and so I bought his, and his is like deep as, so we can fit like, probably like, you can fit 4 of these containers, which these containers are the bigger ones. So that is great, but I don't really need that. I don't really spend heaps of time these days outside of my house. So I don't really need a bigger one, but sometimes, you know, on day trips, for example, or even just like going to the beach. I'm also not really going to the beach because I have a pool now. More of the story is it could be a little bit bigger, but this is good. But if you are someone who goes to the office and maybe you work in the city and you leave home at 7 a.m. and you don't get home until 6, you're probably gonna need a bigger one because you need to have a little snack. So I really like Matt's bag because there's so many different compartments and all that kind of stuff. This has my lunch, which I haven't had yet. Sorry if you can hear that, we're doing renos outside. It's 1:30. I just got home. So I've got my breakfast and I had my peckish crackers. I've got some apples, which I haven't eaten. Honestly, today was so busy, I did not stop. And then I just had my granola and ABC spread, and then I have cutlery that stays in here at all times, and I always just have an extra snack just in case. That just kind of stays in there. That's like my lunchbox snack in case I need it. So yeah, that kind of is all it fits, like, and that's jam packed. So that is that, but that sits nicely obviously inside this bag, so then I'm not carrying 1,800 bags. And then I had this bag, which we've all seen this one before. This is also Bali, so I'm sorry. But it fits my laptop and everything like that in it. Gym shaker. And well, today I just had my iPad, so it actually fits my iPad and my laptop and containers in it. So this is also like a very good bag, like an esky bag, but like obviously there's no esky, so your yogurt would go pretty foul, but that is also a really nice bag. So I got this one from Bali as well. Both are from Bali. These are everywhere in Bali now, and it is apparently real leather, and like, to be honest, it's nearly been a year old and it's still bloody perfect, which is great. To be fair, it was expensive, to be honest. I remember I bought my sister one. I was like, oh, that's like a lot for Bali, but the quality is there for sure. Like, it hasn't, nothing's broken. So touch wood, because I love this bag. I bring it everywhere. Anyway, before I have lunch and sit down, I'm going to actually put all my bag away. Do the hard task first. The harder task, which is obviously putting my stuff away, like, because who actually likes doing that? No one. Will then give me the dopamine to then sit down and relax, you know? And it's kind of like I've earned that. So I'm going to put all my stuff away and then I'll have lunch. I'm now actually going to fill up my pre-workout drink for tomorrow. We've got a run tomorrow morning for Jai's last run. He's being nomad. Moving overseas, and you're going to say, oh, where is he moving? Well, he's actually moving everywhere. He'll be traveling around lots of different places. So tomorrow he has his last run until, you know, he kind of goes and comes back. So we're running on the Yarra, which is nice. I've never run that before. And that is at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I'll probably have to leave around 7, which is nice. In my concoction, I use creatine. I take around 5 to 15 grams of creatine every single day. And the reason why it's quite a range is just honestly depending on like my recovery and all things. I'm actually pretty tired. Today being Sunday. Today being Saturday, I am pretty tired, and I was pretty tired when I woke up this morning. I feel good now, but for far out, I was like a little bit zombie like this morning when I wasn't at the gym yet. Which is why I got up a little bit earlier so that I could be the best for, you know, someone's birthday. Like, no one likes a person who is a Debbie Downer. Like, I think that's what hairdressing taught me. Hairdressing taught me to really put on a brave face, because honestly, everyone is going through their own shit, and sometimes you have to fake it until you make it. I'm not saying that you need to ignore your emotions, but I am saying that sometimes by not being a Debbie Downer, you actually are able to feel a lot better a lot sooner. So hairdressing definitely taught me that. So I definitely have been feeling tired, but I feel great now, which again, tired is so temporary. So I tell my clients all the time, they probably roll their eyes like, oh. But honestly, tired is so temporary. So what I was saying was I have creatine 5 to 15 grams, even sometimes 20 grams, because there are some new studies on having more creatine when you're feeling a bit more sleep deprived can really help subsidize like how you feel and the brain fatigue. Anyway, you go do your own. I think Diary of a CEO have a couple of speakers on that. And also, I think the new study kind of came out that like 10 grams is really, really good amount, especially for preventing Alzheimer's, as women are more inclined to get Alzheimer's. So the brain cognitive health, I take it for cognitive health over muscle health. When I first started taking it, I took it for build more muscle. But these days, when you get older, like I'm 31, I'm still young, but I'm thinking so much more about my longevity and being able to be this way for as long as I possibly can. So yeah, I take 5 to 15 grams. My dogs are still in the background just like fighting, in case you're wondering. They always do this every time. So I just have creatine, and then I have been using Ghost pre-workout for the longest time. It does absolutely nothing for me. I get no tingles, I get nothing. If you are someone who suffers anxiety, and I hate that word suffer, if you are someone who feels anxiety, anxious, depressed, I would highly recommend being stimulant free. My partner uses this one, Kamikaze Energy. It's no crash. Oh, it's high stim though. Okay, I don't know. He definitely takes one that is like low, because he takes this sometimes and he's like, I'm shaking, I feel like I'm off my head, like I feel like I'm gonna be sick. So this is not recommended for the faint-hearted. And to be really honest with you, I've been taking this for about 6 years, I would say, even 7 years potentially. And I used to start off with like the smallest amount, and I now worked up to like I can have 2 scoops and I still feel nothing. But I am also someone who can have coffee at like 5 p.m. and go to sleep. I don't know if it's kind of Italian genes. We were brought up like having coffee at like very young. We used to have ice breaks. We used to have ice breaks like in our fridge at home because my mum and dad used to own a cafe. So pre-workout is in the fridge ready to go. So all I need to do tomorrow morning is eat my pre-workout, which I typically have around 40 grams of carbs before I run. I think we're only doing 8K tomorrow, so I'll probably have a bit less to give me a bit more breathing space for dinner. Matt's making a really nice lamb, I think, in the spit. And I'll set my outfit out. When I have my period, I wear black. So if I'm ever wearing black, you just know that I've probably got my period. Although my running outfits are typically more black-based, like the flowy shorts and all that kind of stuff. Hey, have you had lunch? Do you want me to make you something? So we're currently doing a reno at the moment, and I can't really help, which is why I don't love renoing. But Matt said, you know, if you want to contribute, because I really struggle not contributing, just make sure this is not off. It says used by. Let me go off. This says used by, is that okay? Yeah. Anyway, Matt said, if you want to contribute, then you can just help me with my meals, because he's so busy right now. He's working full time and then comes home and he does more work outside. So I have taken the job role as chef for Matt. I've been doing all his meal prep and just setting up all his food for the day so that he doesn't have to think, and it's just short term. Like, I don't want to do that full time. I already have 2 jobs too. But it's helping me feel a lot less guilty with not being able to contribute. You see what I mean? I just live a really normal life like you do. I'm very busy. All the endless tasks that I have to do. So right now, I just had my lunch, obviously cleaned up the kitchen, and I just put Matt's lunch in. We just had lunch, then his mum's come over. She's out there, so I just like to give them a bit of time together. Just doing my client histories right now. I feel like it's so important as a hairdresser to write client notes. Even though like my clients, I could literally remember them off the top of my head, and I actually like to not just do the same thing all the time. I like to look at my clients' hair and see what they need. But I like to add notes on like what I did today, how it reacted, how it went, and anything like that's important for me to remember for next time. I think it's really important. I don't have the best memory. My brain is a little bit special, and I don't have a good memory, and I know that, and I own it. So I will put things in like, you know, daughter's name's Mackenzie, or has your daughter's wedding on Sunday, ask how it is, or, you know, new job and stuff like that, that I think is so important, and is one of the reasons why I feel like my clients stay with me, because I actually want to build genuine relationships. Anytime I feel like I am feeling run down, I will honestly go and sit outside, read a book, try and work outside. Obviously, I'm privileged to be able to do that 3 days a week, where I can predominantly work at least, you know, an hour outside. But I find that really freaking helpful. And I just feel like that's just not really that common. I speak to a lot of clients, obviously, as being an online coach, and often after work they're feeling super depleted, and you know, even at 5 o'clock the sun is still out. I often sit on my step here and literally just sit in the sun. So I would highly recommend starting to do that. Less time watching Netflix, maybe more time reading and sitting in the sun, honestly. I mean, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. Me and Matt will watch TV from like maybe 7:30 p.m. until we go to bed at around 8:30 to 9. But we watch YouTubers. I'm like really obsessed with watching China traveling vlogs right now. Like China is so interesting to me. They're so ahead of the times. Like there's cars there that like fully drive themselves. So does America, but there's cars that drive themselves, and there's so many cool things. So I don't know, maybe just spend like less time watching draining shit, and your body doesn't really know the difference between real life or like watching drama. So like let's say like Beverly Hills whatever, I watched like a few years ago, and they are so nasty to each other. The way that they speak about one another, it's just really disgusting. And I feel like when you watch stuff like that, you view and speak about other people the same way. Like your body doesn't know the difference. So if you're feeling really stressed or burnt out or like emotionally zero, you feel like those movies are refilling you, but in reality your brain doesn't actually know the difference between a TV show and real life. So what if that's the reason why you feel so burnt out? I don't know, like I stopped watching that kind of shit. Maths, like anything negative, anything to like, I don't watch the news. I just really try to control when I consume, and my mental health just really increased. So I don't know, do what you will, but I just feel like there's a big theme in the women that I coach and the women I speak to on a day-to-day basis. Too much time consuming shit. Sidestepping a little bit, I'm about to go read my book now. It's currently 3 o'clock. So if you haven't read a book, I'd highly recommend reading a book. And if you're going to say,
but I just can't read, I have like no attention span, I just really struggle.
I just don't care. Because that was me. And I have all the reasons to why I shouldn't read. And I have all the diagnosis to why I could validate not reading. But you know, reading is no different to any other skill. You have to learn to read, and it is a skill. Just like you learnt to drive a car. There was once a time when you were a learner driver and you freaking sucked. So my favorite author is Frida McFadden. Start there. Just go 10 pages of a book minimum per day. You might surprise yourself. You might just do it. And if it's a really interesting book, I find that it is so much easier for me to read. And I still struggle. Sometimes I read the same page over and over, and sometimes I'm like, wait, what did I even read? But the thing is, in a world full of like this, our attention span is this. So you have to train yourself. So anyway, I'm going to go read my book. I'm not going to bring my phone with me because again, this is just a distraction. And I'm going to read. As you can see, we have a perfectly sculpted head. Oh wait, you have a hairy McLary neck.
Very much.
No, but I think that's actually the reality of when you're a hairdresser, or I used to do a lot of barbering, so, and then I got really turned off barbering, and then I didn't really do much men's cutting anymore, and Matt's like my only client now. And to be honest, I didn't really like cutting it, and I feel like that was just an insecurity thing, because every time he goes to a barber I'm like,
It's so much better than what I do.
But he insists that he likes the way that I cut hair, and I also am quite fast. Every time he goes to a barber it's like an hour thing, and he's so busy, he doesn't have an hour to just sit in the chair. So I feel like it's kind of good now that I've kind of let go of that insecurity of like, it's because you can get a better job. So we typically just cut his hair outside, and it's habit stacking because I get to be in the sun and he gets to have a haircut, and then he just has a shower, and then Bob's your uncle. But that's the reality, you know. Everyone always thinks it must be so good, you must get your hair done all the time, your partner must cut your hair all the time. But the reality is, I'm pretty sure that's 1 week overdue. We usually typically cut his hair every 2 weeks, and to be honest, I actually find it quite nice, especially in summer, as like a little bit of a downtime. Like we're about to go out for dinner, we're gonna go out for dinner in a moment, and it was kind of like, he didn't say I need a haircut, but he's like, I need to do my beard. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta cut your hair, because I'm not thinking about that, right? It's like my friends, like, I'm not coaching you when I'm in the gym. I'm just maxing. And so here I'm not a hairdresser. I forget that people need haircuts because I just switched that part of my brain off, which is really good. But yeah, that's the reality. That's how we cut hair. Now I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna have a shower after dinner. I like to come home and like have a shower before bed, and we're just gonna go Tommy Rough tonight for dinner. Tommy Rough is so perfect because the weather's really nice. So it's really nice on a hot day, and the vibe in Mordialloc is so nice. It's so strange to me is that on Saturdays it actually generally feels like I've had 16 days in the one day. Like I woke up at 4:20 or something like that this morning, went to gym, went to work, came home, did a daddle around the house, had lunch, sunbaked red, did my computer work, like my admin hair work, just looking and forecasting the next month ahead in hairdressing, cut Matt's hair, chilled by the pool, did a grocery, like I did my grocery online shop thing ready for tomorrow, so I just get it delivered tomorrow, easy peasy. I actually just don't really feel like I've had so much time. And if you are someone who thinks like I don't have much time in my day, yeah, I would feel that way if you're not getting up early. And honestly, I know you're probably thinking I can't get up early, I'm so tired, but you actually just get used to it. And then the more time you have in the day and the less stress you feel, it's like a driver. So I don't know, to the people who aren't waking up at 5 or 6 a.m, how are you getting it all done? How are you getting it all done? Oh my god, Ari, you just look so cute. This is the reality of actually living with Matt. He's a fashionista. I'm not sure if you can actually hear me, but this is my outfit. I'm just very basic. A little bit of a white top. A little bit of a white top kind of moment. Bikini underneath. Because we are just going to Tommy Rough. Beachy vibes.
Show them what they're working on. Oh, you're not showing them the commission?
I hate ankle socks. That's okay. I think these shorts are also Glassons. They're old. I got them not last year, the year before. But I have seen people wearing them still, which quite frequent. These are Shein, which is so good. And then this is Princess Polly. But again, that's a little bit old. Hello and good morning. It's currently Sunday, 7:22. I am about to drive to the Yarra River. I always get confused because it's not the one that's by the lake in Melbourne. So Alexandra barbecue area is where we're all meeting. We're just going to do a run for Jai's last run weekend, which is going to be exciting. And the sky was so beautiful this morning. I felt very tired when I first got out of bed, but then I looked at the sky and that just made me feel really happy and it woke me up. So I'm gonna start driving now. I have a little bit of a drive. I use Waze and it tells me how far and when to leave and all the things. So I'll put this on here. It's a 40-minute drive, so I'm just gonna really enjoy my drive. I have 3 LCM bars, so I couldn't be bothered making anything else and eating it because it's 40 minutes drive. And by the time I run, it'll probably be like an hour. So I just have 3 LCM bars. They're 15 grams of carbs each, so 30 grams. And then I think I'll just have an LCM bar after I run too. So 1 for after, but let's go. This. Holy shit, guys. That run was incredibly hard. I forgot that hot air means humid. I could not get air in. And that's why I like running, is because last week I felt so shit. Like I felt 3 out of 10. Luteal phase, had like a little bit of my end of my cold, just like overall body felt like it was broken after work, had the worst night's sleep, and I hit a PB and ran my so well. This week I feel really good. 8 hours 50 sleep, all the things. Body feels a bit fucked, but I had the worst run ever, and it wasn't even worse. Like it wasn't bad, it just felt bad. My limbs just felt heavy and it just felt hard to breathe. But it was very beautiful, and that's why I love running, because it doesn't ever get easier. And everyone always says, oh, the more that you do it, the easier you get. No, the more that you do it, the harder it gets because your ability to run better just continues to grow. So anyway, that was a very humbling run. It was very challenging, but it was also really fun. So now I'm just heading back. Everyone else has gone for a coffee and breakfast. I'm not going to do that. I just want to set myself up for the week ahead. It's going to be a prep, do all that kind of stuff, and then I can chill a bit later. And also I won't eat the food, even though it's really nice to go out for a coffee after. I just feel like I would go and then I would feel a little bit behind and anxious for the remainder of the day, and I just don't want to feel like that. So boundaries and not people pleasing is hot as fuck, don't forget that. So yeah, I just got humbled. I am dead. I'm so glad I have an LCM bar now to have, and I'll go home, eat my breakfast bowl, try and force that, because after a run you just like have, for me personally, I don't really have much of an appetite. I almost feel like I'm a bit sick afterwards, which is very normal when it comes to running. Look it up. Why do you feel sick after running, or why do you not have an appetite? But you have to force feed yourself, because if you're going to do the thing like running, you need to also support the recovery and the process after that. And so unfortunately it does mean force feeding. But if I choose to run, I have to choose to do the thing that I don't want to do afterwards, which is force feed myself, because my body needs proper refueling to help manage recovery and stress levels and cortisol and all that kind of stuff. So temporarily loss of appetite is very, very normal and very, very common. Your body is sending blood and elsewhere other than, digestion. So yeah, I'm gonna have my breakfast bowl, which will probably take me a little bit to drink. I eat, have some electrolytes because I just was so sweaty, and then that will be my day. And I think tonight Matt and Jai are doing a spit. It's really raining though, so the spit is outside, so I'm not really sure what we're gonna do there. But yeah, just an average Sunday, just probably like yours. That's why I'm like, I don't really know if I want to vlog, because I don't really do a whole lot, but this is the norm. This is the norm. Hello, honey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, welcome to the car wash.
I know. Beautiful car wash.
Is there anyone out there?
Look at my shoes. They got dirty again.
Look at this.
I've washed them so many times.
Look at this fucking shit.
Where are we? I'm home. Little hack for you. Whenever you're making instant coffee, Moccona, chef's kiss, but milk first. Milk is always first, and then hot water second, because if you put hot water on the instant coffee, it almost burns it. Italian hack. So just having coffee. I'm craving a coffee right now. I did have one before I ran, but I'm craving a coffee, and then I'll have my protein and carbs and all that kind of stuff. And I just added a bit more creatine in here. Like I said yesterday, I add 5 to 15 grams of creatine, and I added 5 to my Dr. Hydrate and pre-workout dose, which again doesn't do anything. It's just kind of like tells my brain we're about to do something hard, enjoy it. So I just added 5 more grams into this, just because I feel a bit like, like I actually need it. But super important that you have enough water to go with creatine. You're so cute. This is my fit for the day. Nike Aero Swift shorts. They have like a little kind of detail here, but they're really open. They have the underwear underneath. Crop Shop Boutique halter. Addy Zero love. And they got a little bit dirty. I just put them in the washing machine just on gentle load. So I will do that again. My body always looks a little bit swollen after a run, which is normal because it is high stress on the body. But yeah, now I'm gonna chill. I just asked Matt if he'd want me to do a online order for the groceries, and he's like, oh, we don't really have much else to do because he's done his building kind of stuff for the weekend. And it's kind of raining, so we might just go to the shops for something to do, as in Woolworths, which is nice. Like I said, he's going to do a spit tonight with Jai, so we'll probably get like pitters and do lamb spit and all that kind of stuff, so that will be fun. I need to think about what I want to do I'm gonna have the same lunch. I honestly just have the same food all the time. For me, I don't really get over it, and I feel like I get a little bit of like food fatigue around like what I actually want. So I pretty much have the base of like everything being the same, but I would just change my protein source. So sometimes for dinner I'll have chicken, sometimes I'll have steak. I have steak majority of the time. So steak, sometimes beef burgers, chicken skewers, chicken thigh, salmon. I'm craving salmon at the moment. I had salmon for dinner last night, which I didn't vlog. We went to Tommy Rough last night, and honestly it was just a date night for me and Matt, which doesn't need to be on screen. It was so loud, it was really busy. Something that me and Matt really struggle with sometimes is at restaurants. We can find it really hard to focus because our brains are special. And we had two really loud people next to us and it was so hard to focus. So bloody annoying, but the food was good. I kind of was a bit, I don't know, like I had entree. I had calamari for entree, and then me and Matt shared a main and like intertwined them. So he had salmon and I had flake. And I ate all the salmon and I was a bit like, oh, I'm a bit over it. I felt a bit sick all of a sudden. So I didn't really eat my flake. I feel like I didn't really eat a whole lot last night. But yeah, it was still nice. I love Tommy Rough on a hot night. For some reason my gut just went funny all of a sudden. So yeah. And we just had an early night, watched TV, and my dogs are going crazy. What the frick? So yeah, I just need to figure out what I need to do for Matt for lunch. Because like I said, I'm kind of taking the load of helping him meal prep and do all that kind of stuff while he's kind of doing building and stuff. So what do you reckon? Also, like obviously yesterday he's like, are you gonna tell them what we're gonna do? What do you reckon we're building at home? I'm still very much obsessed with the same breakfast that I've been having for so long. I have apples. I have this already pre-done. Usually I like them warm, but I already had it in the fridge, so I'm not having it warm today. Granola, cinnamon crumble granola, almonds. I actually want to make my own of this, to be honest, but I just have been far too busy. I'm going to have 40 grams of this, which is probably around 180 calories. And I'm going to make this yummier for me to have because I don't have an appetite, which is, again, very normal coming off a run. I am going to have some pistachio puppy. This is quite calorie dense, to be honest with you. 10 grams of this is, let me just get my calculator. Hey teachers, oh, it's gonna have a calculator on you, so you can't rely on that. Well, so 10 grams of this, so per serving, 247 kilojoules, 247 divided by 4.2 equals 58 calories, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 10 grams is absolutely fuck all. So times 2, 58 times 2. So I have 20 grams, which is that small amount, and that's 120 calories or 116, whatever you want to say. So I know, and you're probably thinking, oh, well, that's not very much. Well, it's not. You're right. But it will be a lot if you snack on shit all day and accidentally have more than that. So 110 or 116 calories to me isn't a whole lot on this, but I don't deviate from my calories. So something like this could be the thing that could push you over the edge, because you could spend 116 calories on, I don't know, an extra snack or something like that, where you could probably swap this with sugar-free maple, and that's got 0 calories, which gives you 110 or 116 calories for something else. But typically I like to have caramel, pistachio puppy, but typically I'll have ABC spread. Brazil nuts are so good for your gut and overall hormones, so I highly recommend that, but it obviously doesn't taste as pistachio puppy, because this is a lot of sugar and processed shit, where that one is absolutely not. So this is good for me when I just have no desire to eat. Makes it a bit more enticing. I honestly just do the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I'm currently now just doing our pre-workouts for tomorrow morning. It's Sunday, I don't know, 12 o'clock nearly, maybe 11 o'clock. I'm just doing Matt's pre-workout, I just did my pre-workout. And honestly, that's the beauty of it. It's just doing the same shit over and 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 over. But also having fun in the process and changing it up and doing that over and over and over and over and over. Routine is really, really important. I have the same routine on Sundays, but I also allow fun and free and all that kind of stuff. So I want you to ask yourself, where are you lacking routine and systems? Because systems and routine are so important. Like me, every Sunday, I make sure the dishwasher's on and I wake up Monday morning and the kitchen is clean and the dishwasher's empty and everything's ready to go. Pre-workouts in the fridge. My gym clothes are already set out, like over and over and over and over and over. Over and over. It's really important for you to understand that the gym is not my entire life. It's part of my life. I have so much more to me than just going to the gym. So you're probably thinking, oh yeah, but like that's because that's your job and that's what you care about and blah, 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 blah. Honestly, it's just a part of my life. And the gym stops me from murdering people, I swear. Like, I go to the gym so that I am calm, collected, and well looked after. So don't think because, you know, you just go to the gym because you kind of have to, that you can't have the same thing. Like, the gym is not my entire life. The gym is not Matt's entire life, but we do have the systems in place to set ourselves up and be the best versions that we can possibly be. And that involves moving our body every single day. It is a non-negotiable. I felt like shit when I didn't move. And that doesn't mean going to the gym every single day. I'll do mobility, I'll go for a walk, I'll do all those things, but every single day, without a doubt, I'll move my body.